Welcome to the Crack House Chronicles, your favorite true crime podcast. I am Donnie, and with me is a man who has never done drugs, but he did hit the snooze button 3 times this morning. It's Dale.
At least.
Oh, yeah.
Especially that one that went off, and I'm like looking at him going, I didn't set no damn alarm for that early. What is going on?
Oh.
It was about 10 minutes to 4. I was like, whoa, it's supposed to be at least give me 4. So I had to get them extra 10 minutes. I was mad.
I'll tell you, that is the best sleep between snooze buttons.
I'm telling you. You can't sleep all night till then.
I know. That is my best sleep. What's going on today, dude?
You know it, man. Same old.
Same old. Back in the Crack House, doing a special episode again.
That's right. We got to do it, man. We got to do it.
Yeah, we got to get it done. You got any good shout-outs or anybody want to talk about?
Hey, look at there.
Man.
Coming in strong.
Dale's got the clap.
Yeah, it's always good when I got the clap. At least that kind. Anyway, if we get one, this is a brand new Apple Podcast 5-star review.
5-star.
And this comes from SLP1219. And it goes, my husband, Jordan Piercy, has me listening to you guys. Such a great podcast to entertain me in the car to and from work! ! So thanks so much to SLP1219, and thanks so much to our buddy Jordan Piercy. Thanks so much for your hospitality and all your help you give us around here when you can. And it was good to see you this weekend when I popped in and got to check out his little coffee stand down at the farmer's market.
Well,
yeah, good dude, man.
Man, we appreciate them 5-star reviews.
We do. It's lovely.
Yeah. If anybody wants to be like them and go to Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star, you can, and write something in that box, and you'll get a shout out.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
We dig it. We love it. Thanks for taking the time to do it. We know it's a burden on some folks for doing that, but it means a lot to us.
That really, I can't express how much that does help, man.
And it pushes that algorithm right on up there to find some more folks to enjoy our time.
All right, after this short break, we're going to get into this episode, dude.
Let's do it.
All right, bud, we are back, and today we are back on the Asha Degree case.
We are.
You know, so much happening in this. It's so hard to keep up with.
Yes.
Everything's changing day to day, and the search warrant affidavit was released this past Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, of this week, the week this episode airs that we're doing right now.
Boy, have we been busy this week.
Yes, you went to the courthouse and you got a copy of the search warrant.
I did. But I had to have a forklift to take it out.
Yeah, it's a novel and a half.
It's a nice one.
It is. I've seen Stephen King books that aren't this big. But we've been going.
We're going to break it down a little bit, I think.
Yeah, we've been going through it and checking it out, and yeah, we're trying to break this down a little bit, and we wanted to give an episode on the search warrant.
Yeah.
To tell everybody what's in it, our take on it, and what we think, and just get the news out there to you guys. Try to keep everybody in the loop on what's happening in the Asha Degree case.
We're trying to go the straight and narrow, right down the middle.
That's right.
Yeah, let's get it.
The first part of the search warrant was the 621 Cherryville Road. This is the residence of Roy Lee Deadman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And there, in this affidavit, search warrant, they're talking about the items to be seized. This is the things that they're looking for, Dale.
Yeah, and I think that part covers pretty much, I think the cover story is pretty similar on all these. There's like 7 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
7. So we'll go through your page and you list that part, and we'll just kind of copy that over to the rest. So we won't have to repeat ourselves so many times. We'll do that, and then we'll break down what the one you got and go through them sections, and that way it won't be so complicated.
Exactly. But the things to be seized were blood, hair, fibers, blood stains, fingerprints, footwear, impressions, some DNA evidence they were looking for, clothing, natural and man-made fibers, human remains. Yes, that's a big one.
Yes.
Firearms, ammunition, fired or unfired, casings, knives, and or weapons that could constitute an unspecified homicide. They were looking for blood-stained clothing. They were looking for all kinds of handwritten documents, even diaries, vehicles, and property to show ownership or domain of the property. Any property to show identification or all the evidence that may relate to the unspecified homicide.
Right. So pretty much this pretty wide spectrum there to kind of cover anything I think that they would find that would help in this investigation.
Yeah,
and it sounds like.
This thing lists a lot of different things they were looking for, and we'll go over the things they found.
Yeah.
But any items that or articles that could reasonably be related to Asha Degree's case and considered evidentiary value.
Right, right.
Any and all items that may be related to the disappearance of Asha Degree. That's what they were looking for.
Pretty much, yeah.
And they were looking for all documentation to include the search and seizure of electronic devices, including but not limited to phones, computers, laptops, or any discovered correspondence that may provide or show evidence of a crime.
Very detailed, man.
Very detailed. And they were also looking for records pertaining to Russell Bradley Underhill.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is the person whose DNA was also found in that trash bag that Asha Degree's book bag was found in.
That's right,
Yeah.
along with Anna Lee Dedman Ramirez.
Yep, and
Yes. And of course Asha's.
Asha Degree's DNA was also found in that.
Yeah, the 3 DNA they found, that was the 3. Yeah.
Yes. Now, Dale, the information received during the course of this investigation is discussed in this affidavit and is believed to be true and accurate by Sergeant Derek Toney of the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department. Now, the first point of this says that, Asha went missing on February the 4th, 2000. She was 9 years old, and Asha was seen by drivers walking along North Carolina Highway 18 in Shelby, and Asha was seen being pulled into a 1970s green Lincoln or Thunderbird or another similar vehicle. Now, Asha has not been seen since that time.
Right.
Yeah. Now, they never said this up until now, that Asha was seen being pulled into a car.
No, that's the first I've heard.
Yeah, in this affidavit.
In this write-up, yeah.
Yeah, it was always
It's always
stated that she was seen walking on the highway and darted into the woods.
Yeah, and then later it came out that a car of interest was being looked for.
Exactly.
Something similar to that, or vehicle, or however they put it.
Yeah, the green Lincoln or Thunderbird.
Yeah, 70s model or whatever.
70s model, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, the search for Asha continued for approximately 2 weeks after she was reported missing, which included searches that utilized tracking and human remains detection canines.
Mm-hmm.
They used horses, ATVs, dive teams, aerial searches, neighborhood canvasses, and interviews, which included law enforcement and multiple community members and volunteers. All efforts during the 2-week search concluded with negative results in finding Asha.
Man.
Yeah.
That's pretty much anything you can do.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
That list right there, what could you do other than what they did?
I think they've done a good job.
A hell of a job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything they could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on August the 2nd of 2001, this was about 17 months later, evidence belonging to Asha Degree was located in Burke County. This is about 26 miles north.
Right. From where she went missing.
Yes.
Yes.
This is where a construction crew was working that located the evidence, and it was double bagged in black garbage bags and turned over to the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department.
Right.
Yes. Now, numerous items of evidence were collected from the area, some having been identified as belonging to Asha and other items not belonging to Asha.
Correct.
Now, various items of evidence were sent for analysis. 2 of those items returned evidentiary results. There were genealogical data narrowed down the samples to 2 individuals. One sample belonged to Russell Bradley Underhill, and another sample belonged to a hereditary family member of the suspects, Roy Lee Dedman and Connie Elliott Dedman.
Suspects.
Yes. Now, this family member, this is Anna Lee Ramirez. This,
Yeah.
Their daughter. She was 13 at the time Asha went missing.
Correct.
Yes. Now, investigators determined Russell Bradley Underhill lived at least 2 facilities operated by Roy Lee Dedman and Connie Elliott Dedman during the time Asha was reported as a missing person. Russell Bradley Underhill was discovered deceased in Lincoln County in 2004,
Correct.
4 years after Asha went missing. Now, Roy Lee Dedman and Connie Elliott Dedman, they share 3 children in common. They're identified as Lizzie Grace Dedman Foster, Sarah Gwen Dedman Capel, and Anna Lee Victoria Dedman Ramirez. The oldest daughter, who is Lizzie Grace Dedman Foster, resides in Texas. The middle daughter, Sarah Gwen Dedman Capel, resides in Shelby. And the youngest daughter, Anna Lee Victoria Dedman Ramirez, resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. Laboratory analysis of collected DNA samples indicated the likelihood that the hair stem sample from Asha Degree's undershirt is a person genetically identical to the DNA standard collected from Anna Victoria Dedman Ramirez. That's the 13-year-old.
Right.
Anna Lee is a hereditary family member, or the daughters of Roy Lee Dedman and Connie Elliott Dedman. Now, suspects Roy Lee Dedman and his wife Connie Elliott Dedman, they currently reside in separate residences from one another. They don't live together.
Correct.
Now, Roy and Connie are the two common links between the profiles of Russell Bradley Underhill and Anna Lee Ramirez.
So there are connections.
Yeah, and this stuff was collected and identified from Asha Degree's undershirt and the trash bag, which contained Asha Degree's book bag.
Right.
That was found up 18 North.
Hmm.
The interviews with known associates of Roy Dedman and Connie Dedman indicate that Roy Dedman, his family, have no connections or ties to Asha Degree. That's what he's saying. They have no relationship to her at all.
And you know what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means basically they really have no business having anything in contact.
Exactly. That's what he's saying.
So they're saying this is pretty suspect that they would have
Yeah.
stuff together.
Yeah.
Yes.
So jumping ahead in this search warrant, on May the 23rd of 2023, the investigators conducted an interview of an employee at Cleveland County Social Services, and this employee informed investigators they were employed at DSS in 2000 and were able to confirm Underhill's residency in Cleveland Health Care during a number of visits to the facility in January of 2000. The employee recalled Roy Dedman being involved in Underhill's care in February of 2000. This is the month Asha went missing, and informed investigators they were told Roy Dedman would send his 16 to 17-year-old daughter, this would be Lizzie Grace Dedman Foster, to transport patients in unreliable vehicle from Broughton Hospital in Morganton, North Carolina.
That's odd, isn't it?
Yeah. An unreliable vehicle.
That's weird that they would phrase it like that.
Yes. Very weird. And I wonder why their 16-year-old daughter would do this. I mean, is it...
I don't know.
Yeah.
It don't sound right.
No.
I mean, I don't want to get in the weeds here or nothing, but that's very shocking to me, truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure it's like, well, I mean, you know, she has her license, yeah, I can do it or whatever, but I don't even, is that even legal? For
I don't know, man.
someone, you know, untrained, especially untrained or probably unemployed at the place, do
You'd
that.
think if somebody was transporting somebody, they would have to have some kind of certification in health care.
Or at least be 18 or over.
Yeah. An adult.
Yeah, I don't know the laws for sure, but to me, that's the way I would think it. But anyway, we can get back into that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Investigators also obtained Underhill's medical records, and documentation dated June 4th, 1999 noted Connie Elliott Dedman as the admin for Cleveland County Health Care, and documented directions on medication administration for Underhill. Medical records verified Underhill resided at Cleveland Health Care on January 24th of 2000 and June 19th of 2000. Further medical records indicated Underhill's school resource person listed as Roy Dedman, dated June 19th, 2000. A document from Gaston Lincoln Area Mental Health Screen documented Underhill's residence as Cleveland Medical Health Care Services, and consent form documented Roy Lee Dedman as Underhill's emergency contact.
So Roy's basically being everything over him, and Connie's the administrator?
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Where he's staying?
Yes.
Okay.
They were in charge of Russell Underhill.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, they took care of him, and they were in charge of him.
Right.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
And I wonder if there was a deeper connection besides patient and health care. I wonder if they were more on friendly terms.
Yeah. There was some background there between
Something.
them. Yeah.
Because he's not that old of a guy to be in this kind of place.
No.
He'd have to be like early 50s.
Yeah, when he went missing, he was 50.
When she went missing.
Yes, when Asha went missing, Underhill was 50.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he died when he was 54, and this was 4 years later.
Right. So,
yeah.
and he's in assisted living or something. So
Yes.
it's just kind of odd to me that someone that young would be in there unless there was a particular reason, or maybe he just didn't have nowhere else to go, and they were taking care of him. And, well, I don't want to get in the weeds. Go ahead.
Yeah. The investigators also discovered upon the closure of Cleveland Health Care in 2002 that Roy Lee Dedman and Connie Elliott Dedman, they opened an assisted living facility under the name of Northbrook Rest Home. This was located in Vail, North Carolina.
Okay.
Prior to his death in 2004, Underhill was a resident of Northbrook Rest Home, Dale.
So the one they just closed is where he was, and then they opened another one, and now he's living there.
Yes, exactly.
Still operated by them.
Yes. And Northbrook Rest Home has been under the control of Roy and Connie Dedman since January the 1st of 1985.
See, that's kind of weird to me. I don't understand that part. And maybe it's just they just realized this, or if it was two different places under the same name. Because if they started one in 2000 or whatever, why did they run it since 85?
Yeah.
It's something in the legal jargon there that I'm missing, but go ahead. I don't want to just get a sidetrack.
Now, on November the 29th of 2002, the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office received a missing persons report indicating Russell Underhill had left Atrium Years Retirement Center located at 1451 Falston Road in Shelby, North Carolina, with a white male in a red truck. And on December the 2nd of 2002, the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office Deputy Curry located Underhill at Cleveland Health Care. This was located at 1056 College Avenue in Shelby, North Carolina. Also, getting down to point 19 on this search warrant affidavit, Roy Dedman currently has 29 vehicles registered in his name.
Good Lord.
I know. Can you imagine the tax on that?
No.
No.
I don't want to. Hell, if you got insurance on half of them, you're broke.
Yes. Now, on February the 28th of 2024, this year, a search warrant was obtained to gather intelligence via unmanned aerial vehicle, which is a drone.
Yep.
The search warrant was issued for the resident of Roy Dedman at 621 Cherryville Road in Shelby, North Carolina.
Which would be the house that they went in this past week.
Yes. And on February the 29th, the next day, this was on leap year day of 2024, the unmanned aerial vehicle, which is the drone, warrant was executed. And investigators discovered that Roy Dedman has 3 green vehicles located on his property and 1 red truck. Investigators were unable to obtain vehicle identification numbers for the 3 green vehicles and the 1 red truck. Now, Asha Degree has remained missing for 24 years, Dale, without any contact with her family and her friends, and they have been no school records pertaining to Asha since her date of disappearance, which was February the 14th of 2000.
Right.
And there's many more points down through here, but it's all just stuff about Asha, when she went missing and things. And
so it's basically a list of stuff, them telling someone, these are the reasons we need to be looking, or we need to have a search warrant approved for us to go in and check it.
Exactly.
By hand.
Yep. Now we get up to point 25 on this search warrant, and it says, based on technological advancements and social media platforms and genealogical innovations, information can be obtained from anywhere in the world. These breakthrough concepts make communication to and verification of individuals virtually probable. No communication and or verification of Asha Degree or her whereabouts have been made since February 14th of 2000 when she went missing.
Right.
And based on these findings, investigators believe Asha Degree is a victim of homicide with her body concealed. So this has turned into a murder investigation.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, the day Asha went missing, on February the 14th of 2000, the ages of the 3 common children for Roy Lee Dedman and Connie Dedman would have been Lizzie Grace Dedman Foster, she would have been 16 years old. Sarah Gwen Dedman Capel, she would have been 15 years old. And Anna Lee Victoria Dedman Ramirez, she would have been 13 years old at the time Asha went missing. So due to the ages of Roy Dedman and Connie Dedman, 3 of the daughters in the year of 2000, the investigators believe adult assistance from Roy Dedman and Connie Dedman would have been necessary in the execution and or concealment of the crime.
So they're saying due to the girls being that young that they would, if, quotes, something happened, they would need parents to help hide.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm reading it as.
And I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just trying to...
And it's almost worded like, are they looking at one of the girls that committed this crime?
It's kind of what it sounds like.
That's what it seems like to me.
And then they had to have somebody to help them cover it up.
Yeah.
Is what they're thinking.
That's what I'm reading out of it. It could be some little link.
And they may have it worded that way because they know the DNA.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And based on the above information facts that we talked about, the applicant believes probable cause exists to search this resident. This is 621 Cherryville Road, the vehicles and property listed in this affidavit. This is 621 Cherryville Road here in Shelby, North Carolina.
Right. which will be that brick house that we saw on the news.
This off the road with
the trees in the front.
This trees across from the strawberries and the Christmas trees. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I said on Nancy Grace.
that was funny.
So, do you want to go through the things that they did seize on here from the 621 Cherville Road?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
It's a long list, so
It is a long
take
list.
a deep breath.
But the things that were taken at 621 Cherville Road, the house that they swarmed, they took an Acer laptop, a digital camera, green composition notebook, an SD card in white envelope labeled September to November of 2020. They took a HP laptop, white cell phones, that's plural, cell phones, a smartwatch in a box, paperwork from Department of Health and Human Services, a disposable Fuji camera. They took a Canon digital camera. They've also found a human tooth in a Ziploc bag. It says on here.
Yeah, that to me, that ain't a big flag to me because I probably have one of them in my house for my kids.
Yeah, I've got my kids' teeth.
So that's kind of like I'm kind of hoping that's what that is.
Yeah, they took a Dell computer tower, an HP computer tower, a Verizon flip phone, small cameras, and one flip phone. They took some VHS tapes from a camcorder bag, a black Apple I phones, some more cell phones, an HP laptop, a blue notebook with assorted vehicle registrations and assorted VHS tapes. And it goes on to the next page, dude.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff out there.
More stuff seized was another Dell laptop, a cassette tape, VHS tape, and 2 cell phones, a black notebook, and 12 Oaks financial records from 2000. Small pieces of red fabric from outside of residence, a small shoe sole from outside the rear residence, and digital photos. So the 12 Oaks financial records, this is a private school that Roy Lee Dedman was the headmaster for.
Yeah, they founded it, right?
Yeah, he did. He was running that.
And that's pretty controversial too, but we'll just get in that later.
Yeah,
at a later date.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what's on the search warrant for 621 Cherville Road, Dale.
All right. So from there, we'll go down to 601 Cherville Road, which is another house that they own, which was just right down. It's like there's a property between. Well, it's just a lot, I believe, between the 621 and this one. But this house is also owned by them, but it's in the same area there.
Yes.
And this house was a house that they rented out, and it was rented to a guy, and I can't recall his name. It's in here somewhere, but he'd been living there for 5 years, and there are 3 rooms in this house that were padlocked shut that had Roy stuff in it.
That's not sketchy at all, man.
No, and the whole time this guy's been living there, these doors have been padlocked shut and contain Roy stuff.
Yeah.
So they went in and searched that place, and then I read where they could go in and search, and they had to, they could use whatever means necessary to check whatever they wanted to check.
Yeah.
So they had full go of the house.
You can give me a key or a crowbar.
Right, and there were several vehicles in the backyard and a lot of stuff, and that's where they saw the vehicles, the 3 ring vehicles in the red truck.
Yes.
Was in there. I'm not going to go through a whole thing like you did earlier, but I will. We're going to go down the list of what they did take from this house.
Yeah, because what I read was the things they were looking for, so everybody would know what we're talking about.
Right, yes. So this is the items seized from 601 Cherville Road in Shelby. Is 2 silver disposable cameras, film, micro VHS tapes, LG flip phone, a journal written by Lizzie Dedman, journals written by Anna Lee.
Yeah,
written by Anna Lee Dedman, DSS compliant documents, transport logs, a green in color AMC Rambler, and that would be the car that they took.
Everybody sees online the photograph of the car on the back of the truck.
With the front end damage, correct. Yeah. Documents containing Russell Underhill's name, black trash bag, Carhartt jeans, children's clothing, a silver cell phone, and a .22 caliber rifle.
Wow.
So that was the items taken from the other house. And from there, we shall go down to Hawthorne Lane. And this house is the one that we said was down in Patterson Springs.
Yes, that's right.
And this would be the residence of Connie Dedman.
Mm-hmm.
And as before, we'll just go down the list of stuff taken from that residence. It was a red Samsung Galaxy Tab 2, a flash drive containing photos, and containing photos is in quotes, Dell computer, a Lenovo laptop.
Lenovo.
Oh, sorry.
Lenovo
laptop. Thank you. External hard drive, a digital camera, floppy disk, assorted CDs, and assorted SD cards. And that's the list.
I'm telling you, we don't have that much technology in a crack house, dude. Do a podcast.
Well, you might have them phones. You got a whole pile of old phones, but it's just like a museum over there. But not this kind of stuff.
Well, they can have them over there. On them.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you got everyone you ever had. I think it's kind of a cool little display. Anyway, back to business. Okay, now we go from there. We're going to go to the Northbrook Rest Home. This is in Vale, North Carolina. Northbrook, number 3 School Road.
Yes.
And they took from there documents pertaining to Russell Underhill's care, photographs, 2 earrings, and a gray Jaguar.
That's just odd.
Yeah. Now, they said, in that list of stuff where they saw those cars in the back of that place when they surveyed earlier. So I guess they assumed that there was some stuff there, so they're definitely going to go. And it's kind of wild to me that this place has been closed down and the documents pertaining to Russell was still there.
I know. That's just weird, man.
Yeah, very. Yeah, and that place is pretty creepy looking too.
Yeah.
I think it is actually the old school place closed down and was converted. Now, from there we go down to Walnut Wood Drive, Charlotte, which would be the home of
Anna Lee
Dedman,
the 13-year-old
Ramirez.
Yeah, she was the one that was 13 the time Asha went missing.
Correct. And item seized, a BlackBerry cell phone. That's it. As far as the home. Now, there is a few other things here. They did take a DNA buccal swab from Roy Dedman. They also got one from Anna Lee Dedman Ramirez, and also Connie Elliott Dedman. All 3 they got buccal swabs from.
Man.
So that's pretty much the list of stuff that they got that we know of.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on all this, dude? All this has come out since Monday.
I don't know. It's just they got a lot of stuff to go through the process. We're not going to know anything for a while. I'm sure.
I know. All this stuff had to be investigated, and
they took the card and all this stuff, and they're definitely trying to find something in this paperwork and these cars, old where people has talked to each other. I figure through the old phones and stuff, or whatever they can find on them, pictures or whatever, messages,
text messages or whatever.
All that technology. They're going to comb through that and see what they can find. But they're definitely looking for something in particular. Just this stuff that they seized.
Yeah, they had enough to be able to go in and take this stuff.
Yes.
Especially with their DNA, Russell Underhill's DNA, and Anna Lee Dedman Ramirez's DNA in that trash bag.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like to me they're trying to put them 2 together, maybe in that car or something.
What is the connection between them and Asha?
I don't know.
That and Asha leaving her home, those are the $1 million questions.
Correct. And, like when we started talking about a little bit before, and then we can get into a little bit of theory stuff here since we're through with the fact part of the, going through the paperwork. I don't understand why this girl, okay, we're just say scenarios or whatever. If this car, the green car, was what they say would have hit her on the side of the road, it doesn't make much sense to me that she would be out taking a patient at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Now maybe she wasn't. Maybe I don't want to say she, because I don't want to say nobody. Whoever was driving said car. If Asha was hit on the side of the road, it could have been at a different time, I assume, or not while transport of patient was being held on, and then something happened, and then maybe the parents were called in to help hide the situation, which could be true. And then, but also, her driving said car or unreliable car, whichever one that was, to take patients back and forth to Broughton. Maybe this is what I'm thinking now. Nobody else. It's just my opinion. If they were in the car together, maybe he had to ride with her to kind of look after her. Maybe I don't know the connection, but I don't know the relationship. That's the word, between Roy Lee Dedman and Russell Underhill. Like I said before, if it was more than caregiver patient, if it was more like, well, you can live here and we'll take your check or something. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And none of this is fact, so it's all just me spitballing, really. But maybe he had him ride with her to do this, to make sure, especially if they were transporting a patient that was not him, to kind of look after her being so young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know how the rest of that ties together. In them together that way would be a way they could have hair, back and forth easily, but I don't know how it got in that bag.
Yeah.
Unless, maybe that new kid's shirt was just a shirt that was already in the car and somebody crammed it in the bag and threw it out. I don't know. I don't want to get too much in speculation, because we don't want to do that. But, but I still, in my head, scenarios are going around and around and around.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just trying to make sense of it, because they took a lot of stuff here, but we still don't know nothing.
I know.
Except for they do have DNA evidence putting them together in that bag.
Yeah.
Because they're in the bag.
Exactly.
So,
but what blows my mind is the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department keeping a lid on this, man. All this stuff. The last thing that came out was about the Dr. Seuss book and the New Kids on the Block T-shirt.
Right.
That was several years ago when that came out.
Yeah.
And they put that little public service announcement out about if anybody knows anything about this stuff, and they held on to this, not with anything else.
Right. While everybody's thinking this thing's cold and they're not doing nothing, they've been working this the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because now they can do so much more with DNA technology.
Yeah.
They can take way smaller samples and use that now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they've just been holding this stuff till technology caught up, or if they were checking it the whole time and just had enough to do it again, or something. But they've been working this case.
Oh, yeah. My mind is blown on this, but the level of
ferocity they've come out with, sucker buddy.
Them doing their job, man. That's just amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. And, I get holding stuff back and keeping stuff under.
Well, everybody gets mad because nobody will say anything, but then again, they can't say anything because you don't want to give the information to the wrong people.
Exactly.
Or you don't want
tip
people,
anybody off.
Right, or having anybody acting like they something, you know how people are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think in my opinion, I think they got a lot more information.
Oh,
that is not out yet, and I think they know a lot more people than people think they know.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Kudos to the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department, the FBI, and all those involved, the SBI and everybody.
Yeah, Alan Norman.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blown away by the level of police work.
Yeah, they're doing it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is something, and I think they're being really tight-lipped because this case is so big in this community, and everybody's been wanting all
surrounding
these
counties too, man.
It was crazy because as soon as people saw what was going on, that was the first thing out of their mouth. Whether anybody knew that was actually what they were doing or not, that's what it was.
Yeah.
This has got to be about that.
Exactly.
That's where all the speculation and then the rumors just started flying from there.
Yeah.
But it's such a big and such an important case. They're going to take their time. Every I's going to be dotted, every T crossed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nothing's going to be. I bet these papers went over and over and over before they were submitted, because they're not going to screw this up.
Mm-mm.
And there's nobody going to get off, or whatever they got going on. No paperwork's going to fix it.
And I bet whoever is responsible for this, I mean, they are squirming in their seat right now.
They better be.
Yeah.
Because they're coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a matter of time.
There's a lot of boot shaking going on, I bet you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some conversations being held.
Yes.
Yeah, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Yep.
Yeah.
Little come to Jesus meetings going on.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. But, yeah, we want to do an episode on the search warrant affidavit. And, the part I read at the beginning, that is the crux of it, everything they were looking for. Yeah, we just wanted to talk about the search warrant and get this information out there.
Yeah, there's a lot more, but we're going to take it step by step, and we're going to be like the investigators and do our part and take our time and try not to get in the weeds, even though I did a little bit today.
Yeah.
But I can't help it because I'm pretty passionate about this.
Oh, yeah, we're invested in this case, man.
The Shelby Sweetheart is our sweetheart as well, and we're going to do what we can do and keep on pushing.
But one thing before we go, I want to, me and you talked about this, I want to give a shout out to the True Crime Broads, their podcast. They gave us the inspiration to be able to look at a case from different angles and talk to different people. And them ladies are, they were our inspiration.
Yeah, and they are, doing the Missy Beavers case. We covered that once, and we've talked to them, and that is their mainstay. They're on it, and they're on it well, and they do a great job.
Crystal and Renee gave us the insight to be able to look at different directions.
Yeah, to back up and go, well, we did that already. No, let's go and find every angle. Anybody who wants to talk to us, and we've put it out there over and over and over about this case. Yeah. And we've had people step up and come in, like Mark Davis came in. We want to thank him a lot for coming in and, and giving us perspective there. And, Karen Stark and David James and then the Murder on My Street girls.
Yes.
So we've done several shows on this, and we'll continue to do it till we bring her home.
Yeah, exactly. Until there's some resolution to it.
Yeah, we're not giving up.
Yeah, until somebody's behind bars for the murder of Asha Degree.
That's right.
That's what it is now.
Yes.
All right, Dale. We're going to get out of here, man.
Okay, bud, let's roll.
We want everyone to be safe. Please be careful and always be aware of your surroundings.
Because the next episode could be about you.
This is the Crack House Chronicles.